Well, I just think it was really high-level game, tactically high level, physically high level. I thought we started very well, actually. 10-15 minutes, we used the ball well. We looked confident. We were well organised. We got caught with a few counter-attacks that we shouldn't have done positionally. And that sort of unhinged us a little bit. And they caused us a lot of problems down the sides of our defensive block with sort of overloading the wide areas. And we knew that would happen. But resolving those issues in real time, live, is more difficult for the players. So it was a huge test to come through that sort of 15-20 minute period, especially after they'd scored, and to stay in the game. I think the penalty came at a critical moment. We just put a couple of good moves together, and it meant we could go in at half-time where we needed to just regroup and be clear on the areas we needed to be better or more secure. It meant we're going in at 1-1 with the game a different feel to being a goal behind. So everything feels a bit calmer. I thought the players then in the second half, the way they used the ball, they showed tremendous composure. Defensively, the whole team, they defended as a team, and in these games, you have to. It's impossible to carry anybody without the ball. Marcus, Mason, Dominic, then Harry, positionally close to perfect, intelligent in their pressing, had the legs to go and press, which meant then the midfield players don't have to jump out of position, and then the back players aren't exposed with bodies in between the lines and turned and causing them problems. So bar the one incredible pass that Kevin De Bruyne hit in the second half, every time somebody got beaten, there was another man there to tidy up, and the whole team I thought were really, I was very proud of what they did.
And that's 3 games on the trot now, Gareth. You've played 3 at the back, and it showed its merits tonight. What is that your preferred system going forward now? And what sort of strengths, what advantages does it give your England team, do you think?
I don't think it matters what the preferred system is. I think tonight you saw a top-level game where we were able to use the ball well, create chances. You don't get many chances in this level of game, but we did create chances. But defensively, you've got to be spot on. You know, you can't be loose in any way, shape, or form. And the players really took that on board. As I said, we had a 20-minute spell where we were getting caught with overloads, with 1-2s down the sides. Lots of quick decisions that had to be made. But they rode through that. And when you think that the front players, plus Declan, plus Trent, are so young, it's a brilliant experience for them to play against such a top team, and to go and win it should give them a sense of what might be possible over the next few years for them.
Thanks, Rob. No further hands raised at this stage, so I don't know whether you had an additional follow-up, Rob.
Yeah, I suppose it was a little bit about what happens next now, Gareth. Obviously, Kane and Henderson, you had to manage their workload a little bit tonight, clearly. How much football do you think they can play going forward? And does Ben Chilwell come back into the squad? Is he ready to come back into the squad after his illness?
Yeah, so we're hoping that Harry, that progression tonight, I think he'll get more confidence from that. So we'll obviously have to assess both him and Jordan, but certainly Harry should be able to play more minutes. Jordan's a little bit more complicated because with his club he had 60 in the first match, then 45 the following week. So we're going to have to assess him very, very carefully. But again, I thought Calvin Phillips coming in to the team at such a critical moment. I mean, he's now, I think, got as many England caps as he has Premier League appearances. But he showed tremendous maturity. Physically, he was able to get around. He used the ball securely. And I have to say, Declan alongside him, I thought a couple of errors with the ball in the first half, but without the ball, he was a hugely important performance for us. And then striding forward, the 1-2 with Marcus for the chance in the second half. So again, I think that's his best game for us against a really, really high-level opponent.
Thanks, Rob. Mark Irwin from The Sun.
Oh, the Chilwell question, to be fair.
Sorry.
Sorry, Rob. Ben reported to the hotel today, so he did a training session on his own. We've just got to assess where he's at because he hasn't been able to train through the week. So there's a little bit of assessment needed over the next couple of days, but he is with the group now.
Thanks, Rob. Sorry about that. Mark Irwin from The Sun next.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, Mark.
Hi. You spoke earlier about the questions and problems that Belgium posed to you. Was that the thing that pleased you most tonight, that how quickly your young players basically answered those questions and showed they could answer them?
Yeah, I mean the quality of the opponent from their back players and their use of the ball to the angles to the movement, the 1-2s. We're not going to face a more complicated game defensively. I think you'll face different sorts of challenge. Counter-attack, speed, power. But they've got a bit of everything in their ranks, and in De Bruyne they've got such a special player. So I just think for us it was a brilliant test we need. That's the beauty of this Nations League. You get games against the highest level opponent. Mentally and physically that will have taken an enormous amount out, and we're now in a situation a bit similar to a tournament where you've got to back that up on Wednesday, and we've got to get that right. And I also have to say, without the players playing as they did against Wales the other night, we wouldn't have been able to have our team fresh for today. And if we hadn't won the game against Wales, there'd have been a drama for 3 days. So that allowed us to come in. So the squad, although it's difficult to keep 29 engaged and involved, and there were players who were disappointed not to get changed today. Without that squad and how they've been across the week, we wouldn't have got the result we did today.
Thanks, Mark. We'll end it there. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep.